Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to another investing analysis. We are at the 30th November 2025. The last month of this year is going to start from tomorrow. Uh, the Bitcoin cycle that everybody was looking at is over a long time ago. Seems like the Bitcoin has already topped on October 10th, which before that I gave you guys the top level and the signal to exit. And you can see that it has been falling since then. Now, I want to be optimistic and I want to be bullish at the market, but the data that I have, it doesn't look like that. Well, it can change very, very quickly. That's what we're going to find out, that where we're going to invest and how we're going to do that. So let me give you guys again a recap of what we have done so far. So previously, we talked about this level of supply that we got the rejection. There is no breakout on the Bitcoin chart. Price is still at the same position. It hasn't gone down. It takes a while to do after a good rally, but that's what I'm expecting for it to come down again, maybe give us a double bottom. Otherwise, it can go even lower and it can get even worse. But on the other hand, we have the scenario that if we see an actual breakout of this zone on the retest of it, we can enter. Well, we shouldn't forget that there could always be fake outs toward the upside because we have created so many resistances after breaking all the support levels. So another level that maybe the price will try to come, then it's gonna dump, is going to be $96,000. So again, the probability would look like something like this, okay? But let me give you a better perspective. Like we came from down up, a breakout, and not a retest, and just dump and the continuation. So this is a possibility to happen right at the price of $96,000, even before going to 100K. Okay. The other one is that if we do get a breakout and do get a retest, then we can look again to break 96,000. Then we will go to 100K. Now, until these play out, like these two scenarios or any of this, we would need to wait and confirm which one is going to happen first. Let's go and start with USD the same way we do all the time. So we can see all the probabilities. As you can see, we did get a double top, as I mentioned before. That was the dip for Bitcoin, and that's where we bought. And in so many other ones like Solana, which we bought, and I told you guys to take profit, and now Solana is down. I'm going to show you that as well. But what's the point from now? What are we going to see? We will need to check the monthly candle closes and tell you according to that. So for this one, I have another chart that I'm going to show you in Dixie, which is also much better. So this is how monthly chart is looking like. You can see the precision is already there. This looks like we haven't tried to fully go down, which makes me wonder if this level is going to be held. But if we see a weak monthly close like so, like a doji or like a pin bar, there is a chance of further going down for US dollar, which a weak US dollar means a stronger Bitcoin and the rally in Bitcoin. Okay. Now, what I haven't take the confirmation so far for this chart is this trend that it has formed. Most of the times, these bullish flags, they are broken toward the downside. That's what I'm looking. If it happens, we would need it to actually break this level. Then we can be sure of it happening. That's why when we come back to this, we see exact the same thing. I give you guys these two scenarios that either one of them should happen. Like both of them has a breakout below this line that I put, which is 99. So if we break 99 and retest either here after the breakout, like going to 98, then retesting 99 or retesting higher, 99.5, we will still go down from here because of the amount of sell pressure. But other than that, I still think that there is a chance that the market will try again to go higher. So if we do the adjustment and put it the way that I showed you there, you can see we are in a clear bullish flag. Now, this is a good thing if we see it, but it can always get manipulated. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, to be aware of the manipulation that happens here. Well, on the other hand, what is much more clear is USDT dominance. Right around when we reached here, I give you guys a signal to keep taking profit and your Bitcoin and other crypto positions because USDT has found a level of demand and a support. Now, this should push and make a double top the same way that USD did, or it can actually break either one of these levels that I have. One is a support line here and the level of demand here. If we do break them and a retest and making a downtrend formation on the daily, which will look like this, okay? This is what we want, like a downtrend, but it hasn't happened. We haven't gotten this shoulder yet. We want to see this. If it closes the same way like this did, equal to this, lower to this, then in both case we're good to go. Otherwise, if it closes higher than that, then we have a problem. If we see a breakout above 6.5 and 7, then we have a problem. Then it will not be a bull market. This scenario that we have for bull market will be invalidated, and we will be looking at the bear market scenarios from that way onward. But the good thing is that weekly has closed below this, which we still have another chance of pushing to lower positions, which is a good thing. Alhamdulillah. Now, Bitcoin dominance, you can see that from since I gave you guys the level of support that I am seeing a support level here, we need to be cautious. You can see we have a very good run up toward this level of supply. Now, it hasn't fully retested, it hasn't fully rejected from this level. We would need to monitor this and see because this is our altcoin indicator. If Bitcoin dominance loses, money will flow into altcoins, and that's what we want to see. But at the same time, if you see in the total chart, we have some weaknesses here. So I'm going to repeat myself again that if we see Bitcoin going a little bit higher, it would mean for this chart that it will come to this position, then maybe we will dump, which it can take Bitcoin to $96,000. I am sure if we do flip the spin bar, there will still be manipulation even in the higher levels because there's a lot of news coming on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd of December, and it will manipulate the market. Uh, we can already see it from what is happening in the chart. That's why we always want to be prepared for any scenario possible. But we're not going to trade the news. We have taken already precautions right before it actually happens. So we don't really care what it does. So that is for total two. Otherwise, if this doesn't happen, it will come down. The same thing that I told you for Bitcoin. If we don't see something like this happen, it means it will come down and do this formation. Otherwise, below 84,000, a breakout of these levels will lead to lower levels. That is obvious thing. Total 2, on the other hand, has a better rejection. Does it mean it can try to go a little bit higher? Yes. From here, right from here, it can turn to go to 1.32 trillion, then can get rejected from there. So we need this box to fully get a breakout candle like this, then a retest, then a continuation. We want this confirmation. If it doesn't happen, then we're good. We're not going to trade. Just going to take more profits at the high levels because we are already positioned in some of the coins that we bought earlier. And yeah, total tree. It's the same thing. If a little bit push higher, where can it go? It can take us to this level. Very simple, 933 billion dollar level, which it would look like this, or it will look like just a continuation back to this level. Let's see which one would play tonight. So that's why today is very important. That's why I told you guys to come so you can see and ask your questions. And I got some questions as well. I will answer them by the end of our analysis. Others seems like it's on a support level. As I told you guys before, altcoins have lost so much that they don't have a lot of space, but they do always. They can go even lower and lower and lower, which it does look like a bear market to me for the altcoins, even now. But let's be hopeful. Let's see a good breakout, inshallah, soon in Bitcoin. But until that happens in the long term, we would want to be cautious in the short term. Now, about Ethereum, you can see that our rejection candles keeps forming, and we have gotten a new engulfing candle as well, which does tell me that we will come back to 2,800 or 2,700, which is lower than that. This although looks like a fake out, but even this fake out should be confirmed for me in order for me to buy again. So you can see that this is the resistance and the price actually went below and came and closed higher. On the other hand, if we have a lesser retest back to 2,900, that is also a possibility because if we keep an eye on this current resistance that has turned into support, we do have a level of demand that was reclaimed. So it is quite possible we will get a bounce from this level as well. Now, because there are too many levels, it's better to wait, right? And we haven't gotten a good breakout candle on top of this as well, so we can buy the retest. That's why I keep on tracking every single level that we have here. Everything is important. Nobody knows what actually happens, but we will see all the probabilities, then we will take action from that. So if Ethereum really do break out above this level and we see a higher low, then I will buy a lot and I will make money. But for the long term, that's another case. You can keep accumulating. $3,000 is much cheaper than 4,700 or 4,900 when you guys were trying to buy it and I told you to sell. So that was the actual top of Ethereum. That's really funny. Um, a lot of people were calling for 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 Ethereum. Oh my God. Everything works through supply and demand. Why lies? If I say something and if it doesn't go through, it's fine. I will try again next time. but I would never come and tell you something that is really doesn't make sense at the top of the market to come and make you guys buy the top. But I did tell you guys to sell and it went. But if it wouldn't have happened and we would have seen a breakout, you already know that we have traded 3 times Ethereum to the all-time high. First to 4,700, then to 4,900, and 4,900 again and again. I think, let me show you. 4,700, 4,900, and 4,700. So 3 times we have already done that, even 4 times. I shared it on the month, like the end of October, that all the trades that we took on Ethereum, it went in profit. We did have some stop losses or break even hit on Bitcoin, which we still did very good, 45% profit. But the win rate was actually 63%. But on Ethereum, the win rate was 100% win rate. Like all the trades went into profit. You see, um, so this is why we will have to track every single thing. Alhamdulillah, it's all because Allah guides and we apply a system. We do not do gambling. That's why we are in profit. And if you're interested, you can just join our community. It's for free. But if you're interested even more than that, and you wanted to learn deeper and get the signals and everything, which is my own trades, which is not a financial advice, although we have very good accuracy, but for that, it is going to be less than $1 a day. So you get all the benefits of the mentorship and everything that we do here for the Muslim Ummah. Now, Solana, I gave you guys the take profit on point, gave you guys a while, and it stayed here. So you had the chance to actually sell above 141. 2, 3 times. If you did, then congratulations. You can see that Solana has come down. I wanted to come down even more. And yeah, if it do come and hold these lower levels, then we will buy again. Otherwise, it was take profit and sell at this price. And I have sold personally myself here. Sold BTC. MashaAllah, you can see that there was no breakout and this has been happening. There is a support level. Let's see how this will play. If it holds, then there's a chance we will actually try to break this higher level, this zone that we have, which is a very important zone. Otherwise, back to the depth of it against BTC. Same goes for Solana against Ethereum, because now Ethereum is holding and Solana reached its level of supply. You can see that it's down. And here is the previous analysis that I showed you guys. Very simple, on point. Let's see what will happen, then we will update that. And the same thing goes for Zcash, which we have a hyped altcoin at the moment here with us, a privacy coin that is getting a lot of interaction. So a lot of you guys are trading this. That's why I have included it. Otherwise, mm, I'm still like thinking about having a lot of Zcash for the long term. Yes, I gave this right before it actually happened. You can see that we are back to this level of demand in Zcash. Your stop loss is right at $420. If this is if this is broken and there's a retest, if we check out the monthly, which I'm going to show in Bitcoin as well, things aren't looking good, to be honest. We will need to see that retest or double bottom that I have been telling you guys. Something is seriously wrong with my internet. It is buy for me. But if it breaks, we will come to these levels, then I will accumulate there. I have some Zcash. We have taken 48% profit as well. I have talked about Zcash a lot before. Anyways, that's not the topic of today, but for trading purposes, yes, it is in a good zone. You might actually wait a little bit more how today's candle is going to close. So if we do close above this, you can buy it. Otherwise, if it tries to go lower, then look for the lower levels, maybe $370 or below 300. It might go to 297, which is the next level. Because we have broken this trend line. So what were you guys thinking? I was at 700. Was it going to go anywhere higher than this? Right? No, that's why take profit, take profit, take profit. Multiple times I gave you guys. Take profit. And against BTC and Ethereum, you can see it's still weak. It needs to dip to these levels. So you might see it actually going below this quickly. Then you can buy lower in the price action. Or you can just check the community's free signal group. I will update it there, inshallah. But if you want everything, including all the other trades that we do, join our premium and make sure to like and share this content as much as you can so it reaches to as many Muslims as possible so they can all gain the benefits of everyday analysis that we do, which is everyday membership mentorship for free. But for the beginners, they would need to learn a little bit. At least go to through the free first module that we have, so you know how to buy and sell. Then follow these signals. Um, please learn. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin's monthly chart, which was requested in the community. Yes, it does look bad. That's why I have told you guys that we will see another retest or maybe lower levels. I have talked about this a lot of times, but we will also need to see always the other way, which is the bull side, if that is going to happen. Otherwise, you can see every single chart or analysis that I have, it points toward the same thing, which is lower than where we are right now. So this, for example, is pointing at $69,200. If this closes something like this, you can see all the support levels are broken, and this level hasn't gotten reclaimed. So the fact that I tell you guys that today is very important, it is indeed, because there's 1 month left, which is December. Things can change, and we might just even get an alt season. Everything is so unpredictable. But unless we see a good ETH BTC flip, if we don't see this chart flip, it will slowly come back to these lower levels. Take a look at this yourself. For so long, I have had one single view for ETH BTC. Same thing, even here, flip this resistance, then I'm gonna buy. Then when it broke and it came to this level, then I put another line, then I said, break this resistance, then I'm gonna buy. Or at least come to this lower levels, then I am gonna buy. So Ethereum tokens, it applies to all of them. For months, I have been saying the same exact thing. Nothing has changed. So there is no alt season. This is the chart that is telling you. Let's go and take a look at gold BTC. Gold BTC, very good rejection. And it is on a bear flag. Most of the time it breaks higher, but let's see if we see maybe a breakout toward the lower side and do something like this, then it can turn around. Otherwise, most of the times what happens, it keeps breaking out like this. So there is a chance gold will still outperform Bitcoin, because if you see gold itself against USD, it is a very good, uh, a strong momentum toward the upside. But also, as I have been telling you, today is very important. It's the same thing for gold, because gold is on a resistance level that previously we had this dump multiple times after breaking the support. So we either have to flip this into something like this, or if this breakout doesn't happen and if the retest doesn't happen the next day, then we have reached this top, then it should go down. And also, if this is a breakout, then we shall see a retest in this level before actually moving higher and breaking the resistance level. Because one, the trend line is broken, but we have this resistance in front of us. Then in this case, it would mean that gold will try to retest this level, then it can go higher. So one thing that can make gold very much bullish is not even falling from that high. It is actually closing below this level of demand. Very simple. Then, mm, better than that if it goes even lower. This is how it looks like. I think we have covered almost everything. I have answered your questions as well. If you guys have more questions, please don't ask me in the Google Meet. Ask me in the community so I can check it on my phone. But because I can't see the screen, I don't have two screens. So if I go back, the recording will be disturbed. So let me know in the community. I will give you guys like a minute. Then if I cannot follow it in the video, maybe we can just follow it in the community. Then I will answer you guys there. No problem. In the meanwhile, until I get a what is it? A question, we can go and check the liquidation charts, which was part of today's analysis. Let's so we are in the daily. You can see that still we have a lot of liquidations built up toward the downside, but we have less liquidation being built around the upside. So there is a chance for Bitcoin to do a double bottom according to CoinAnk. You can see on the 3-day chart as well, we have around 300 million. It's a lot. Most of the times they get wiped. So going below 90,000 is still a chance. Let's go to the weekly and let's see where this is pointing toward. Is it possible that we will take out all of these people? Yeah. It can go back to $84,000 to make a double bottom. The data still shows me the same thing. Take a look at this 24-hour chart of CoinGlass. Yeah, we do have a lot of liquidations to the upside, but we have more toward the downside. Let's go to the 48 hours. More toward the downside. 34 million to the downside on weekly. 48 million dollar liquidation to the downside, but not so much toward the upside, like 30 million, 24 million. But even lower than that, if we go, there's a lot of people that are going to get liquidated if the price tanks there. So yeah, no more questions. I will see you guys inshallah next time, maybe tomorrow. And then we will have chat again about the market and the analysis and how they're doing. Trade halal, my friends. Have a good day. See you next time.